animal killers, dvishataha, envying other living entities and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are placed in darkness and cannot understand the theme and objective of life. This is further explained in the following verses. Tam yagya pashavonena samgyapta yena dayaluna kutarais chichidu kuda smaranto mivam asyatat. Om Jnana Tremandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parichana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. So it is my great honor and pleasure to be here today in ISKCON Pune, Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Mandir. This morning I was at Mangalartik at Shri Radha Kunja Bihari Mandir. Such a beautiful darshan. Long time I've not had this darshan. Srila Prabhupada is so kind that He's given us this wonderful opportunity to travel practically everywhere in the world and have darshan of Lord Krishna and Lord Krishna's devotees. And it's so purifying to have darshan of Lord Krishna's devotees. So I feel very fortunate to be sitting here this morning to be able to have darshan of all of you. And before I begin speaking today, I seek all of your blessings that I can speak on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam for my own purification. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So we're reading from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 28th chapter, and this chapter is entitled Puranjana Becomes a Woman in the Next Life. And today we are reading text number 26. There's a quote from Paul McCartney, who's one of the famous Beatles. So Prabhupada had a very intimate relationship, has a very intimate relationship with George Harrison and also John Lennon. And there's another Beatle named Paul McCartney. So he also became a vegetarian. And he said that if slaughterhouses had windows, everyone would become a vegetarian. Because the activities in the slaughterhouse are so horrific that anyone who witnesses them, practically everyone will become a vegetarian. I've met quite a few people who went with their teacher, went with their school to see a slaughterhouse and became a vegetarian as a result. And this morning I was doing some research on the internet before Mangalartik, and I was researching slaughterhouse. Jai Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Shri Shri Gaurnitai Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai. And I accidentally had the images button pushed. So when I typed in slaughterhouse at about 3:30 in the morning, my consciousness was bombarded with thousands of dead animals. It was really a horrific experience. It shocked me immediately. I had to switch off, slam the computer shut, It was such a horrific experience. What to speak of visiting such a place? And what to speak of visiting such a place? Imagine being one of the animals who is subjected to being in the slaughterhouse. So much pain and suffering and anguish. Very difficult situation. So as I was doing my research this morning, I was looking for some statistics. How many animals exactly each year have to go through this horrific experience? So in a study dated October 10th, 2018, researchers explained that worldwide more than 70 billion land animals are killed for food every year. Prabhupada is talking about sacrifice for religious purposes also, but that's not included in this number. And those 5 groups of farmed animals are: number 1, cows; number 2, chickens, goats, pigs, and sheep. All these animals together, every year, 70 billion. And then there's another amazing figure for fish. Fish also suffer. You take a fish out of water, the fish will flap around and try to get air, and the fish is so much suffering. So, in a study dated July 24th, 2017, researchers found anywhere between 37 and 120 billion fish are killed on commercial farms each year. That means they have a farm where they have tanks where they're growing the fish, and they kill those fish, and approximately up to 120 billion every year. And that's just commercial farms. What about wild, from the ocean? 2.7 trillion. 2.7 trillion are caught and killed in the wild. And this study also explained an amazing figure that we eat more meat, not us, but as a planet, because we're also connected as a community with the whole planet. So we can say we. We eat more meat per person than ever in the last 50 years. The number of people on this planet has doubled. Okay, the number of people on the Earth planet in the past 50 years has doubled. But the amount of animals slaughtered and the amount of meat that we eat has tripled. So per capita, per person, more and more meat is getting slaughtered, and I saw the graphs, and they're all going up and up and up and up. And more meat is being slaughtered. So Srila Prabhupada has a book called The Laws of Nature and Infallible Justice. And when I first saw this book, I was really very much struck, because on the cover of the book is a picture of a bull on the ground with his head tied to a stake with a rope, and he has the face of a man, and he's looking up very much afraid, and standing over him with an axe is a very strong man with a bull's head, and he's just about to sever the bull, the head from the bull on the ground. So these are the laws of karma, infallible justice. What comes around goes around. And Srimad Bhagavatam explains in the 3rd canto, 31st chapter, text number 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Karmana Deva Netrena Jantur Deho Papataye Striya Pravishta Udaram Pumso Reta Kanashrayaha. The personality of Godhead said, under the supervision of the Supreme Lord, Karmana Deva Netrena. Netra means to see, Deva refers to the divine, means the Supreme Lord. Karma means the activities, that our activities are under the supervision of the Supreme. And according to the results of our work, the living entity, the soul, is made to enter into the womb of a woman through the particle of male semen to assume a particular type of body. So karmana daiva netrena. So our activities are being monitored by the Supreme. We have Chitragupta, we have Yamaraj. People are under the ajaksh, under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. Material nature is observing everything. Maya jakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetunanena konteya jagad vipar vivartate. Lord Krishna explains that Maya jakshena prakritihi, that I am the ajaksh, I am the overseer of all the activities of the material nature. Hetunanena konteya, I am the cause. Jagad vipar vivartate, of everything that is going on. So all these millions, billions of animals being killed, trillions of fish being slaughtered every year, and the numbers are increasing and increasing. What is that karmic load that this planet is carrying? So we understand the laws of karma. There's vikarma, there's akarma. So in our discussion today, we're focusing on vikarma, that heavy sinful activity, that that's causing heavy reactions, this animal slaughter. And we'll talk about the results that we can maybe see in the future as this increases more and more. And we'll also discuss the solution to this problem, which of course is Krishna consciousness. Before we continue this discussion, let's just briefly review this section that Puranjana is just undergoing great difficulty. He's becoming weaker, and his life heirs are almost ready to leave his body. He's just about to leave his body. And as the title of the chapter is Puranjana becomes a woman in his next life. So when he leaves his body, his next birth, he'll become a woman. But at this point, he's just getting ready to leave. And we remember a couple chapters previously, King Puranjana was out hunting. He did not take permission from his queens, but he went to the forest with his sharp arrows, and he shot all kinds of animals. So he shot rabbits, boars, buffalo, bison, black deer, porcupines, and other game animals. So he had a busy day hunting in the forest, and he killed all these animals mercilessly with his sharp arrows, causing them so much pain. And now that he's leaving his body, we come to today's verse. And in today's verse, we're hearing how these animals are taking their revenge upon him. We hear that the most unkind king, Puranjana, had killed many animals in various sacrifices. So beyond just hunting, he would conduct animal sacrifices. And that's also very painful for the animals. And now taking this opportunity, these animals, Jai Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Ji Ki Jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Ki Jai. They were piercing him with their horns. It was as though he was being cut to pieces with axes. He's just being cut, and he's also going through so much pain. So in the purport today, Srila Prabhupada is saying that in actuality, no animal, no living entity is actually killed. The pain of being pierced by the horns of animals will be experienced after death. So actually, no one is actually killed because the soul is eternal. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit, na bhutva na bhavata va na bhuyaha, ajo nicham shasvato yam parano, na hanyate hanyamane sharire. For the soul there's neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being. He does not come into being. He will not come into being. He's unborn, ever-existing, primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. So the soul will never be killed. But the body, the gross body and the subtle body can go through so much pain and anguish. And if we cause pain to another living entity, then we will get a reaction. If we're part of a community that causes pain to other living entities, we'll get a reaction. If we're part of a planet that causes pain to other living entities, we'll get a reaction. So this is a very serious business. Srila Prabhupada continues the purport and says that everyone should be given freedom to live at the cost of the Supreme Father. And animal killing, either for religion or for food, is always condemned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we're all living at the expense of our Supreme Father. Nityo nityanam, chaitanas chaitananam, eko bahunam yo vedadati kaman. That of all the eternals, there's one eternal who is taking care of all the other living entities. So no need for us to kill animals. Krishna will take care of us. So there's an issue of global karma. And global karma, Srila Prabhupada mentions, causes wars. Because of all this animal slaughterhouse, there are so many wars, and people just kill each other left and right. Millions of people get killed. And we also see other problems rising that are going to kill millions of people. We see global warming. Global warming is becoming a big problem. We see in Chennai, recently, there was a great drought. There was no water. And His Grace Gopal Bhatta Prabhu, who heads up the GBC strategic planning team, wrote on the GBC Discussions Conference that in the future, analysts, they are predicting that in the next 50 years, there will be big wars over water. Nations will fight against nations, and millions of people will die just to fight over water. So, what will people eat? There'll be food scarcity. Without water, not only you can't drink, but difficult to grow crops. 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam talks about this. That when food supplies start to get scarce, people will start to eat the most unmentionable things. Vegetarians eat what? Vegetables. Humanitarians eat what? Okay, here's a joke for you. What does a cannibal do after eating a vegetable? He throws away the wheelchair. Oh, you have to think about that one. Someone who has lost all of their capacities is called a vegetable. Okay? Right, so what does a cannibal do after eating a vegetable? He throws away the wheelchair. All right, he ate somebody. So this has actually started happening. In Thailand, you can find on the shelves of supermarkets pickled embryos. The abortions, people have abortions, they take the fetuses, they put them in pickle, and they put them on the supermarket shelves. This is already starting. So imagine you go on book distribution. Ding dong. Here, this is a book for you. Oh, please come in. Would you like something to eat? No, I'm not hungry. Oh, I have a nice pickled embryo for you. It's horrible. Or they may put you in the pot, right? I have a friend. We joined ISKCON together in Ireland. I was a new bhakta, and I'd just been in ISKCON less than 1 week, and we stayed together in a small flat. He was a student. He was a chemistry student. And a couple of years later, we both took initiation together in the same yajna in Mayapur. And he told me that he had an aunt who was a Christian missionary. And she was preaching in Africa. And the Africans, they took her and put her in a pot and they ate her. So this is happening more and more. And as food supplies become more and more scarce, there will be wars over water and people will start eating people. So this is the kind of karma that we're coming up against. So it's very interesting that King Paranjana, he was attacked by all these animals at the time of death and put to intense suffering. And this is actually something that those who are engaged in vikarmic activities like eating animals, they will have to face this. And if we can give people this knowledge that they're in ignorance, they don't know about these laws of nature, then if they have this knowledge, they can take wise choices. They can make a better choice. Because the laws of nature are infallible. Whether we understand them or not, they will work. Just like if you're driving a car here in India, we drive the car on one side of the street. Which side? Left side. In UK, which side? Right side. If someone from India goes to UK and drives on the left side, the policeman will stop him. Will he get a ticket? Yes, because ignorance of the law is no excuse. So these laws of justice are infallible. But if we can encourage people and tell them and help them to learn what will be the result of their activities, then perhaps they can make a better choice in life. Narada Muni, he preached to Mrigari, the hunter, in this way. One day, Narada Muni and his friend Parvat Muni were flying over Prayag and saw one hunter, Mrigari. He was half killing animals. The animals were suffering. And Narada Muni came down and he said, Mrigari, why are you half killing the animals? And Mrigari said, my father did it like this. He taught me to do it like this. I enjoy this. And then Narada Muni used his mystic potency to show Mrigari his next life, what would be happening at the time of death with all those animals coming with their sharp horns to pierce him. And Mrigari became afraid and he said, I will not do this. And Narada Muni said, give up your bow. And Mrigari agreed. Mrigari became a great devotee, and as a result, Mrigari's future was very bright. Sarva dharman prityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami masuchaha. Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion and irreligion. Just surrender unto me. I will protect you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. So personally, my own life, I was born in a family of meat eaters. And I went through all this sinful activity. But because I am endeavoring to follow Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada's followers, the instructions of Lord Krishna, Sarva dharman prityaja, then ma suchaha. I do not have to fear because Krishna will protect me from all sinful reactions. So we want to give this opportunity to everyone in our community, everyone in our nation, everyone on our planet to surrender to Krishna and become free from these karmic reactions. And we can make the world auspicious. We can cleanse the karmic reactions through the Harinam Sankirtan movement. Tasmad Sankirtanan Vishnur Jagad Mangalam Amhasam Mahatam Apikoravya Vidyaikantika Niskritam. That in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam it's declared, Tasmad Sankirtanan Vishnur. Therefore, do this Harinam Sankirtan. Jagad Mangalam Amhasam. It's the most auspicious thing in the universe. Mahatam Apikoravya. Even the Mahatam, even the greatest pop, even killing 70 billion animals. Mahatam Apikoravya Vidi Aikantika Nishkritam. It's the greatest of prayaschityas. And you should know this, and others should know this, Vidhi. So therefore, let us very sincerely take up this Sankirtan movement, the chanting of the holy names, and assist Srila Prabhupada and his followers in spreading this holy name to every town and every village of the world. This is the only way to stem this tide of the global karma of the massive slaughter of animals. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions or comments? Okay, you have one question here or comment. We don't know which yet.
It's regarding our involvement in cow slaughter, ISKCON. So shall I ask it personally or on mic?
I'm not sure I understand your question. Can you rephrase it, please?